Hi Aquarius, this is your reading for the time period of November 1st to December 31st, 2021. For those of you who are new to my channel or you're visiting, welcome to Amani's Lightwork, okay? So before I begin your reading, I just want to let you guys know that I started my tarot series on my Instagram page at AmaniIfe777. Please feel free to go over there, follow, and partake in the series, okay? I managed to touch base on a lot of sociological, anthropological, metacognition. We've got a whole melting pot of interpretations for you over there, okay? In conjunction with the tarot, the Abash cipher, Hebrew linguistic interpretations, etc. All right, so let's look into your energy. This will be a bi-monthly, and then towards the end of December, I will touch base with your energy again to close the year and bring in the new year, okay? I get this idea of like most definitely. I started thinking about Most Def. I don't know how many of you guys know him. I don't know why I feel trying to say that, but I mean, typically when people say Most Def, not only the artist, but Most Def, like most definitely, meaning something being really certain that you're doing. Okay, if that makes any sense. Okay. That could be something that you're saying to someone, like that could be something that you keep promising someone, like most definitely, you know, somebody asks you, are you going to the Halloween parade, or are you going away for your birthday, and you're responding by saying most definitely, if that makes any sense. So by saying that, you're kind of neutral in terms of the choices that you decide to make, if that relates to you in any way. You're letting or assuring someone know, or people know where you're going to be, or at least give them an idea of where you're going to be, but you may be saying that. I also get protection. Like, you could be saying that to someone or somebody's as a way to protect yourself. Like, you don't give too much of yourself away, if that makes any sense, okay? That may be important for you to do, would be to be very discreet with certain moves that you're making in your private life, all right? So the Seven of Wands is here. Seven of Wands relates to some type of situation that you have going on with fire signs. If you look at the image, it kind of looks like people are striking. So you could be involved in that, or I also get well-being, or like your financial well-being. It's wands, so it has a lot to do with your creative well-being, like in the workplace, or like a workforce, or standing up for what you deem to be right in your workplace, if that makes any sense to you. All right. The Seven of Wands also relates to fire sign, or like communication with fire sign energy. Like fire sign will be like Aries, Leo, Sag elements that you can be, dealing with in this matter, okay? Right? There is a financial windfall as well if you're dealing with a fire sign. So I don't know if they gave you something or they help you to something. It just depends on what is going on. There's also this idea of not really needing the help. So I don't know if you necessarily ask for the help, or they're just offering their hand to you to give you some type of help. I get to solidify. So they're doing that so that they can solidify something that they run externally from you. You're a part of it. It just depends. It could be a business or a regular job. Just depends on energy that's coming through. But the Seven of Wands is here because I feel like there may be some type of interesting shortage with. I also get a handout. There may be a shortage in terms of what somebody gives you, that the spirit is saying it's like a handout that you're receiving from the fire sign energies, whatever that's about. Okay, something is like a handout that you receive, whether you ask for it or not. The Death card energy is here as a sign of Scorpio, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio element. I also get missing. Someone may be missing, like you miss this person, or something may be missing about them. Like what's the situation? Like they may be missing, like they're missing, like there's a missing persons report literally on the Scorpio, or they're missing from a situation. They may be extracted or missing from a business deal, or you miss them. So it just depends on what's going on. If it's not only the sign of Scorpio, it's just Death card energy to the situation that you have going on with a Sag or an Aries or a Leo element. Okay. This energy, if it's a Scorpio being that is in the starting point, there's this feeling of giving money back to this individual if it's the energy of a person. All right. So any money that the spirit was implying that was a handout to you directly, it may have been made with a Scorpio. The money may have been made with a Scorpio element's information and documentation, or it was there alone, or it was intertwined with yours. So that sounds mainly like taxes or like a tax dependency that the fire sign energies do with you and a Scorpio to solidify a business deal or a business transaction. All right. If it's not only a person, then it's the energy to the business transaction of a fire sign energy giving you that leeway or giving you some type of handout that the spirit considers it to be a handout. You may not see it that way. All right. I'm also getting this feeling of like how there's almost like it's a question as to how you got involved with a particular business deal, or how you got invited to be a part of a business deal, period. Right? That's why the Death card is here. So it's there because there's information that belongs to an individual that you deem that individual to be extracted, and you have access to that information, but they don't. It could have something to do with favoritism. It could have something to do with the Aries element. I'm getting an idea of an Aries, Sag element at Leo. It has something to do with them and how they prioritize what they do with their money, how they save their money. So for example, how they distribute their taxes, how they give taxes to individuals, how they file them, etc. So your knowledge of a Scorpio being involved is that the reason why they're kind of like on the outside looking in to something you have going on directly with the fire signs is because they may spend money frivolously, or they may not know how to. They may not have financial management, or like their financial management may not be 100%, if that makes any sense. Okay, and that's why the fire sign energies involve you with their documentation or their information. Okay. The waiting position has the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles will be your workplace. All right. It could also be your workplace if you have some type of collaboration. It could be Earth sign, or it could be the Scorpio. It could be some type of work that you do. I get documentation. It's some type of documentation that you were given, or I get asked to print. There was documentation that you were asked to print in regards to the Scorpio, so it could be theirs. I'm also getting the idea of an insurance policy, so someone could have an insurance policy. I was getting a supervisor may have an insurance policy on you, or something's going on with someone. If it's not like a supervisor or a boss, then someone just took out an insurance policy either on a Scorpio, and that's in your workplace, or you may have an insurance policy policy out on someone, and the help that you may be getting to get that done may be from the fire sign energy with the Seven of Wands energy underneath with the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, you're trying to figure out how much you're going to get in your return, or how much you're going to get at the end of the year, or the end of next year, or the end of 2023, in terms of you joining in on some type of insurance policy that the fire sign energies are setting you up with. So it could be your own insurance policy that you are working on for yourself, or it's an insurance policy that someone could have opened up an insurance policy with your name, with someone else's information. If that's possible, let me know. Or it's like the fire sign energies help you, join in on an insurance policy in regards to like a Scorpio element that is here. Okay, something may be going on with a Scorpio element's health. So it could be physical health, it could be their mental health. So you feel the need. The fire sign energies that they do have insurance policies on the Scorpio, they are like, this is, we have enough to give you so that you hold your spot in this situation that we have running here. Basically, that's what the fire sign energies are relaying to you in regards to a Scorpio. All right. There's this feeling of like they may not know what's happening, that is happening to them. I don't know if you feel remorse for the fact that is happening to them. I also get embarrassed. You may be embarrassed by them, or you're embarrassed by the knowledge that you know of what is happening with them insurance policy wise. All right, but it's only because of their health. It could be their physical health. I meant to say health, but I said house by accident. It could have something to do with their home. Like, I don't know if it's like an apartment, or if it's like a building, or like a house, actual house that they live in, like a residential property that they're in. Someone may have insurance for, and they're either not benefiting from it, and you are, or the fire sign energies are benefiting from it. I mean, the fire sign energies are benefiting from it with their information, but they're not benefiting from it. And because they're not benefiting from it, the fire sign energies have enough to then disperse to you, like in a workplace or in a business deal. Three of Pentacles could be a business deal between you, a Scorpio, and fire sign, right? Or you and fire signs against the Scorpio. But there's remorse there with the Scorpio, because you may not know how to tell someone something. You may have been told to not tell this person anything. It just depends on what's going on in a workplace or in a business deal. Okay, so that's to the Scorpio. I don't know if anything like that is happening to you directly with the fire signs. That's why the Death card energy is there. That could be happening to you. And it could be based on your health. It could be based on your mental health. It could be based on your economic health, that someone feels the need to have you, a part of they're attached to their information, right? The present has the Two of Swords energies. So Two of Swords will be your energy and that of other air signs, but I kind of just, I'm just going to stick with this as you. Two of Swords, not knowing what to do with a workplace environment, right? The Two of Swords with Three of Pentacles, you don't know what to do with you don't know what to do in regards to the tax distribution in a workplace environment. You don't know what to do about it. So there's this idea also of getting caught. Like something that you're doing with taxes in a workplace, you're worried about getting caught for some reason. So if worried about being caught would be like it has something to do, the getting caught has something to do with dependency, like I said, or had like a tax dependency, or being somebody's dependent, or somebody filing you as their dependent or beneficiary. It may workplace benefit. It may interfere with a workplace benefit that you're trying to receive. All right, it will or it will not. That's why the Two of Swords is there. You know, should I stick with this job? Is it going to interfere with what I have going on externally? Is it going to interfere with what I'm trying to get from a Scorpio or a fire sign external that I'm in a business with, you know, separate from my job, separate from like the store that I work in, separate from this office that I'm working in? Is it going to interfere with my workplace benefits in any way? Okay, so the Two of Swords is trying to figure out a way to keep those business affairs very separate. This could be more than one business that you operate out of, and you're trying to keep like the taxes separately, or you're trying to be, what's the situation? You're trying to be like a dependent on like more than one person's tax return, if that makes any sense, right? So the fire signs are helping you with that. And then you have your own job where I keep getting this idea may interfere with, like it may interfere with what you have going on in your own job separately from the fire signs. If the fire signs are not only in your job, your one job that you have, you may have something going on externally, and there's taxes distributed with what you have going on like externally, and you're trying to figure out, Two of Swords, if it's going to interfere with your main job or your side job or your second job. Okay, the future has the Ten of Swords, and your instincts has the Queen of Wands energy. So this could be like an Aries female predominantly. You could also be dealing with Sag and Leos that are females as well. All right, I'm getting the feeling that they could have put you on, like they put you on to a business proposition, or they put you on their taxes, if that makes. That's why I said tax dependency with this person. So they may have you on there as a beneficiary, or you're just a tax dependent for this person. Like they claim you, or you at least gave them the go ahead. You gave this person the go ahead for them to claim you on their taxes, right? You did that. So they can be a love partner to you, or they're like a friend. They may run their own business, and if they do run their own business on the side, they can then add you on. If you're not like in a partnership with them necessarily, they can add you on. You can join with your makings with theirs. Like that's secrecy. There's secrecy with you joining your makings with this individuals. All right, they're in the instincts. The accomplishment has the Ten of Wands energy. So the Ten of Wands is next to the Death card. Right, Ten of Wands is either, I also get the idea of a Sag element, so it's either a Sag female, could also bring the energy of like, you know, this kind of gives me like an idea of dealing with fire sign energies that are males. I don't know if someone was like locked up before, or someone is kind of fearing the possibility of that happening to them. You know what I mean? This energy that they're, you know, I'm going to go with this being external from you for a second. These two energies, like this public defender, and then you have the Ten of Wands, I also get oppressive. They may be oppressive, right? If they're a fire sign energy as a female, you deem them to be oppressive to fire sign energies that are males, if that makes any sense. You're involved with this person, and then this energy. And then the Ten of Wands energy is that there's an interesting situation that you have going on with a Sag that's a male, right? The Sag that's a male is involved with the Queen of Wands energy as well. Those two energies are involved. I don't know if you have Leo going on here. You have Leo, Sag males involved with Queen of Wands energies. All right. I also get this idea of a split. Two of Swords, something could be split between those two. So you may split something with a Sag, and Aries may split something with a Sag, a Leo. You split something with Leo and Sag and Aries, whether they're men or women. You split taxes with them. You split income with them. You may split a property with them. You may split some type of income tax from a property with them. They could have promised that to you, right? They could have promised that to you. And the Ten of Wands next to the Death card is some percentage of that it should go to. There's a percentage of that money from a split that should go to a Scorpio. 10 of Wands next to the Death card. Because whatever is being made or accumulated is with their information. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands within yourself, if it's not only 10 of Wands, if it's not only residing with the Queen of Wands, it's an energy, back out. It's an energy that you should back out. That's why the 10 of Wands is next to the Death card. Maybe you should back out of something. Maybe you should back out of something. Okay? The spiritual self has the High Priestess. The spiritual self with the High Priestess uses your intuition about a collaboration. It could be with earth signs. It could be with the North sign that you have some type of collaboration, some type of business collaboration with, right? Or it's just using your intuition about your work, using your intuition about your jobs, using your intuition about, I would say social, like being social, like, or somebody that's socializing with you, or socializing with someone specific that you may have been asked to socialize with. Using your intuition about that energy, or using your intuition about social, like social, like a social security documentation or card. You may be using your I almost said information. Someone could be using your information in that sense, or using your intuition about what's happening with it in a job environment, with a Queen of Wands and possibly maybe with a Scorpio, right? With a Queen of Wands or Scorpio, or something that is happening with your social, the Queen of Wands has access to. So you either know that they have access to it, or you don't know that they have access to it. You don't know that they have access to it. Okay? The mentality has the Strength card, sign of Leo. So you have a lot of major arcanas here, a lot of zodiac signs. You have Scorpio, Leo, maybe air, maybe Earth. You have Queen of Wands, fire sign females and fire sign males. This is a Leo. Right? The strength, you need the strength to deal with a Queen of Wands, and you have a Leo in your mentality, right? The Leo that you deal with as well, I also get this idea of like masochism, like a masochist, or like masochism, right? So I don't know if somebody is actually that, or somebody kind of upholds a masochistic ideology, if I should say, if that makes any sense. So that may reside with a Queen of Wands. But I get the men. It resides with fire sign energies that are males. Like masochism is like you have this like overt, what would you say, dominance of thought over other people, or feeding off of the feelings of of people, something, you know what I mean, like or feeding off of other people's pain, kind of feeding off of other people's pain, right? So that could be the energy of a supervisor. This energy somebody could be a supervisor to you. That could be a Queen of Wands, that could be a Leo. Someone could be like a supervisor that is in your space. They're like a boss. But someone is masochistic about they have a masochistic nature. They may have a masochistic nature. Alright? But I get this feeling of getting out of a business deal as I'm talking about the masochism. So you may want to get out. You need the strength and the High Priestess. You may want to get out or back out of a business deal or a business offer. You may not like how other people or someone particular external from you is getting treated. So it kind of coincides with your own concept. It kind of coincides with how you look at yourself, how you benefit yourself. You don't want to sit back and watch someone else, you don't want to watch and sit back and watch other people being taken advantage of, or being threatened, or being made fun of. You don't want to be on the outside looking into that. And it may be happening in a workplace with a supervisor or a boss. So there's a need to speak up. This could also be the element of a relationship. So you could be in a relationship with, I don't know, you could be in a relationship with a Leo. You may like a Leo. You can be in a relationship with a Queen of Wands. There's elements here that some of them are they're just supervisors. They're just business partners. That I get this feeling of taking advantage of people that they deem to be helpless. Taking advantage of people that they deem to be helpless. Right? They deem the people to be helpless that they are taking advantage of. So you may want to change jobs. You may want to leave a business deal. You may want to give back information. I get this idea of giving back information, whether it's verbal or document. I know somebody's doing this to you and they want to do this. That's why the Death card is there, 10 of Wands. And they want to do this. But this is an interesting feeling. I feel like something is happening with every job. Either this is happening with every job that you have. There's some type of nature here. Or it's happening with someone else's job. Like there's this nature of people taking or using some type of documentation to their advantage without asking people's permission. And it's the way it's getting used. It's who they get to put on it. You know what I mean? It's who they get to put on it. It's how they get to disperse it. Or you're involved. I feel remorse. You may be involved. You feel remorse because it may be happening to someone that's not well, or it may be happening to someone that you deem to not be well. I don't know how somebody's looking at you, but it has something to do with using something that belongs to someone that somebody deems to not be well. You know what I mean? They deem them to not be well. You know? What's changing is the 8 of Cups. So I like to see the 8 of Cups in the changing position. But I keep giving back information, like giving back documentation, giving back information. You're trying to give them back their information. I don't know if you're doing that with an Aries or your fire sign. You could be giving them back something. You could be like, I don't want this money anymore. I don't want the opportunity anymore. I don't want the letter. I don't want whatever it is. You know what this feels like? You could have done research into a job or a business situation that you got hired to be in. You could have done research on the people in it. But you didn't know how extreme something was going to be. You didn't know how extreme, that's why the Death card is here. You didn't know how extreme something was going to be. But it has something to do with how they use something. I'm looking at this card. There is a skeleton here on the Death card. So this what's interesting, it may have something to do with an individual or individuals with an S that are deceased. It could have something to do with someone that is deceased. Or documentation that belongs to someone that is deceased. So either like multiple people that will be deceased, or one particular person that is they're deceased. It has something to do with their documentation, how somebody has access to it. Okay. The resolution has the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups energy going towards the 10 of Swords. I get left. 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords is leaving a business or leaving a business deal, leaving a relationship maybe. It resides with water sign. I don't know if you're leaving the Scorpio. Could be whatever water sign. Could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Scorpio's there. So I don't know if something's going on with leaving them or they left. I don't know if somebody passed already. Somebody could have passed already. But something is going on with somebody's documentation or social that passed. I feel like somebody already passed, but something's just going on with their documentation. Something's just going on with their documentation. You know? Like somebody may still be using it. You know? Somebody may still be using it. Someone may have it in another state. Someone may have it in another town. It just depends on the energy that's coming through, okay? All right, let me do an outcome on this, Aquarius, real quick. So what it feels like you are or you were or are involved in a business deal that you're like, somebody claims you on their taxes. So that could be someone that in your job, or you got more than one job, and you are like in an external business partnership that is like somebody that you're dealing with, like they use or they still use information that belongs to someone that is like, the person is deceased. The person is deceased. 10 of Wands next to the Death card. Okay? Alright, let's see. But you may not know that. So someone is like, I can help you with this financially, but you just don't know how you may know how they're doing it, or you don't. Or you may act like you don't know how they're doing it. Whatever that means. Alright? Let's look for an outcome here, Aquarius, real quick. Indecision. That's why the Two of Swords is here in the present with there's indecision here. Indecision. Alright, so you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make about the Queen of Wands, a Scorpio, a Leo. You have a decision to make about them. Something's also going on here. As I ran through them, somebody's perspective is off. Somebody's perspective is off, whatever that means to you. Somebody's perspective is off. Like their perspective on how they make money, their perspective on wealth and gain, whatever the perspective is. Alright? Alright, Aquarius, let me know how it resonates. Be well, take care. Bye.